This is our fourth lecture of Target GPAT NIPER online program, and in this lecture we are going to see important points from route of administration, then important points from clinical trials, metabolism of drugs, route of administration, different route of administration and different important points particularly route of administration, and then we will see different phases of clinical trials, why there is need of taking clinical trials and what is preclinical trials. Okay, we'll see that in short. After that we will discuss the metabolism of drug, the process of metabolism, which is very important as far as your GPAT and NIPER is concerned. So let's start the session. So first of all, routes of administration. So what do you mean by route of administration itself? So route of administration is nothing but the process of drug administration in the body. So how you can administer your drug in the, how drug can be administered, what are the different sites from which drug can be given to the patient. So those sites are nothing but the routes of administration. Routes मतलब क्या? These are the way, these are the sites, these are the way through which you can give or you can administer the drug. आपका जो drug है किस way से आप administer कर सकते हो उसको बोलते हैं route of administration. Okay, so there principally there are main two routes of administration. First one is a systemic route, second one is a non-systemic. Okay, so first one is your systemic route. Systemic route means, so in this systemic route, if you give a drug by systemic route, that means drug will be absorbed in your systemic circulation from the site of application. Okay, so what is site of application? There are different site of applications. Okay, so all these are sites of application. So systemic route means what? From the site of application, drug will be absorbed into systemic circulation, and that's why all the routes will deliver the drug into systemic circulation. All these routes are known as systemic routes. Okay, and what is non-systemic route? Non-systemic route means drug, if you give drug by this route, drug will not absorb into systemic circulation. अगर आपने किसी रूट से ड्रग दिया, अगर वो ड्रग एब्सॉर्ब हो रहा है कहाँ पे, ब्लड में आपके, तो उसको बोलेंगे सिस्टमिक रूट्स ऑफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन. और जो रूट्स ऐसे होते हैं जिसमें ड्रग आपका सर्कुलेशन में नहीं जाएगा उसको बोलते हैं नॉन सिस्टमिक. ओके, इज दैट क्लियर? There are two broad classes of route of administration. That is, first one is systemic and second one is a non-systemic. Systemic means after the absorption of drug from the site of action, site of administration, drug will go into systemic circulation. That is systemic. That's why it is known as a systemic route of administration. And non-systemic means the drug will not absorb into systemic circulation. Means drug will act locally. Okay, drug will act locally, and that's why it is a topical or local route. Okay, systemic, non-systemic. Understood? Now see, so there are four. So topical route, then topical route is nothing but the non-systemic, and in this systemic you have other, then enteral route and parenteral route. Okay, so I will explain one by one. So first I will explain this enteral route. So what do you mean by enteral? Enteral means if you are giving a drug and the drug is going in intestine, that is known as enteral. ठीक है, आपने जो ड्रग दिया है वो अगर आपके इंटेस्टाइन में गया है तो उसको बोलते हैं enteral route. So suppose that you are taking a tablet, you are taking a tablet by your mouth, and the tablet will go into the stomach, it will break, it will release the drug, and that drug will be absorbed into systemic circulation. Okay, that is nothing but there is involvement of your intestine. So that's why it is known as the enteral route. Okay, oral route example is the oral route. Then your rectal route. Rectum is also nothing but a part of intestine. Okay, so in that also you are inserting you are putting your drug in the rectum. So that is one of the enteral route. Again, this sublingual, actually it is not a true enteral route. Okay, sublingual means what? You have to place a drug below the tongue. Okay, जो आपकी टंग होती है उसके नीचे जो कैपिलरी का नेटवर्क होता है, जो वेन्स का नेटवर्क होता है. So okay, so from that drug will be directly absorbed from by the capillary into a systemic circulation. So that is also, but actually it is not a true enteral route. तो जो भी अगर च्यूइंग करता है, कुछ ड्रग इंटेस्टाइन में भी जा सकता है या कुछ ड्रग डायरेक्टली वाई पे जा सकता है, डायरेक्टली ब्लड में. दैट्स व्हाई इट इज नॉट अ ट्रू एंट्रल रूट. देन अगेन बक्कल रूट. बक्कल रूट मींस यू हैव टू प्लेस योर ड्रग इनटू द पाउच बिटवीन योर टीथ एंड द चीक मसल. ओके, जो आपका चीक है और टीथ के बीच में जो स्पेस है, उसके स्पेस के बीच में अगर आप आपका ड्रग रख रहे हो, अगर टैबलेट रख रहे हो, उसको बोलेंगे buccal route. Okay, so most of the tobacco chewers, so those have a habit of tobacco chewing, they used to place a powder of tobacco in this buccal route. Okay, so आपने देखा होगा कि वो जो टोबैको खाते हैं, जिनका टोबैको खाने की लत है, so वो क्या करते हैं, टोबैको लेते हैं और एक बक्कल पाउच में रख देते हैं उसको, मतलब दांत गाल के बीच में जो स्पेस है उसको बोलते हैं बक्कल कैविटी. दैट इज नोन एज बक्कल कैविटी. उसके बीच में रखते हैं. So they are particularly using buccal route for the desired action. उनका desired action क्या है? Nicotine, obviously. So from that route, your tobacco will release nicotine, and that nicotine will be absorbed into systemic circulation. Okay. So these are the enteral route, oral route, rectal route, sublingual, and buccal. Okay. So last two, buccal route and sublingual routes. These two routes are not a true enteral route. Some part of them, some part of drugs taken by this route is going definitely into intestine, but not all the part. Okay. Okay. So by the way, from sublingual route, you have to place the tablet below the tongue. Okay. And from that capillary network present over below the tongue, drug will be absorbed into directly into systemic circulation. Okay. So in this case, drug is not going in the intestine from sublingual and buccal routes. Okay. So in that case, there are less chances of first pass effect. Okay. So first pass effect will be bypassed by these two routes. So remember, write down this line. First pass effect will be bypassed by these two. If drug is taken by these two. Then again, parenteral. What do you mean by parenteral? So enteral and parenteral. Enteral means there is involvement of intestine. Parenteral means para means no. Enteral means intestine. So there is no involvement of intestine. Okay. So most of the injection they are given, and they are given by parenteral routes. Okay. So that is the parenteral route. Intravenous injection. So you have to give your drug directly into the veins. There is nothing but the intravenous. Intramuscular, you have to inject the drug into various muscle sites on the body. So for example, gluteus muscle is there. Your muscle of arm is there. There are different muscles, or there are different muscles through which a muscular injection can be given. So intramuscular. So for intravenous, you have to maintain a angle between your touching and angle between the point angle between the syringe. So it should be around 20 degrees Celsius for the intravenous injection. Okay. And for intramuscular injection it should be 90. ठीक है. आपका जो syringe है और आपका जो touching point है आपके मसल का, उसके और syringe के बीच में 90 का एंगल होना चाहिए. किसमें? इंट्रामस्कुलर में. इंट्रावेनस में कितना होना चाहिए? 10 to 20 degrees Celsius. Okay. Then next one is subcutaneous. What is meant by subcutaneous? You have to administer your drug below your skin. तो उसको बोलते हैं subcutaneous. So if you are taking or if you are administering drug below the skin, then that is nothing but the subcutaneous. So the injection which is given below the skin, that is subcutaneous. Right. Now intradermal. So intradermal means what? In the layers of skin. In the layers of skin. So there are layers of skin: epidermis, dermis, endodermis. Right. So there are 3 layers. So if you are injecting a drug into the layers of skin, then it is the intradermal. Then intraarterial means you have to inject your drug directly into artery. That is intraarterial. Intrathecal means what? You have to inject your drug into the subarachnoid space of your vertebral column. Subarachnoid space of your vertebral column. That is intrathecal. Now let's come to the other routes. So we have finished these two. Let's come to the other. So what are the other? Inhalation is there and nasal is there. So most of the anesthetics and anti-asthmatic drugs, they are given by inhalation route. आप लेते हो ना inhalation. Okay. So inhale करे. So you are inhaling something. So that is nothing but the inhalation route. And now I will explain this in the detail, all the routes. Upcoming slides, don't worry about this. So inhalation means you have to inhale something. So those whatever you are going to inhale, that will go into your bronchi and then lungs. Okay. And that lungs are nothing but the highly purposed organ, and lungs are giving oxygenated blood to the heart. Okay. So lungs are involved in the supplying of oxygenated blood into the heart. Okay. So whatever you are inhaling, that means those will go directly into the systemic circulation. Those will go directly into the left side of your heart. Okay. via pulmonary circulation. जो भी इनहेलेशन करते हो, जो भी इनहेल करते हो, तो वो कहाँ पे जाता है? आपके ब्रोंकियल्स में जाता है, उसके बाद में लंग्स में जाता है, लंग्स में जाने के बाद उसका डायरेक्टली ब्लड में जाता है वो, और वो ब्लड कहाँ पे जाता है? लेफ्ट साइड ऑफ योर हार्ट. ठीक है, लेफ्ट साइड ऑफ योर हार्ट. अगर उसमें इनहेलेशन में कोई टॉक्सिक केमिकल इनहेल किया आपने, तो दैट देयर विल बी अ डायरेक्ट कार्डियोटॉक्सिसिटी. ओके, राइट? व्हाई? बिकॉज whatever you are inhaling, that will go directly into circulation, and particularly for the left side of your heart. Okay, there will be cardiotoxicity. Again, nasal is the another route. Okay, so all these are the systemic routes, other, enteral and parenteral. So there are a lot of routes of administration. I am not going to discuss all this because that is beyond the scope of your lecture. You are interested in only whatever is important for GPAT NAPO. Now let's come to the third, that is topical route. So topical route, local route. Okay, in that case, local means what? Local means to a particular area, particular restricted area. Suppose that you got a burn, आपको अगर कहीं पे burns हुए हैं, so in that case you are applying, in that case you are applying any antibiotic cream. Suppose that streptomycin cream, so you are applying streptomycin cream locally over the area of burn. तो आप जहाँ पे आपका जला है एरिया स्किन का, वहाँ पे आप एंटीबायोटिक का जो भी क्रीम है वो लगाएंगे. क्यों लगाएंगे? टू प्रिवेंट द इन्फेक्शन. ओके, so that antibiotic cream, that streptomycin or that neomycin is not going to absorb systemically. That's why it is a topical route. So it is non-systemic route. So some part may be absorbed. That again depends on the type of injury, physical chemical properties of drug. Okay, that is another part. But your desired action is local. Okay, in that case, so that is a topical route or local route. Okay, again that local route may be a deeper tissue. It may be locally acting on deep tissue. It may be locally acting on joint. का अगर आपका घुटना दुख रहा है, आपके ग्रैंड मदर या ग्रैंड फादर का घुटना दुख रहा है, थोड़ा सा मसाज करते हैं, डाइक्लोफेनाक का ट्यूब लेते हैं, ठीक है, डाइक्लोफेनाक का इमल्शन लेते हैं, डाइक्लोफेनाक का आप ऑइंटमेंट लेते हो, वो लगाते हो वहाँ. तो दैट इज डाइक्लोफेनाक इज नॉट गोइंग टू एब्सॉर्ब सिस्टम. That diclofenac is not going to go into your blood, but that will act locally to that joint. That is nothing but the topical. Okay, is that clear? So there are two routes: systemic, non-systemic. Again, all the local routes. What are the different local routes? Local routes means because local routes means they are localized at a particular area, limited to particular area. So it may be mucous membrane. It may be mucous membrane. For example, if you are using a mouthwash, that means that mouthwash. For example, chlorhexidine mouthwash. So that will prevent the growth of germs in the mouth. So that will act locally on the mucous membrane. Then again, surface. For example, as I have explained for the burns, so you are using ointment. For deep tissue, intra-articular injection is there. So that injection will act locally in the articular space of joint. Actually, whatever you are inhaling, that will act in two way. आप जो भी inhale करोगे, inhalation का जो route है, उसमें दो पॉसिबिलिटी होता है. उसमें एक मेन पॉसिबिलिटी होता है कि सिस्टेमिक, और दूसरा पॉसिबिलिटी होता है कि लोकल. अगर आप में कोई ब्रोंकस के ऊपर अगर लोकल भी एक्शन कर सकता है वो, और आपका सिस्टेमिक भी एक्शन कर सकता है. सो एक्चुअली द इनहेलेशन रूट इज मेजरली ए सिस्टेमिक रूट. सो फॉर एग्जांपल एंटी एस्थेमेटिक ड्रग, आप सल्बुटामॉल ले लो. सल्बुटामॉल विल एक्ट ऑन अल्फा 2 रिसेप्टर ऑफ ब्रोंकस, ओके, लोकली, एंड इट विल डायलेट द ब्रोंकाई in case of asthma. It can either act locally as well as systemically, as far as inhalation route is concerned. Now let's come to the systemic. So in the systemic routes, you have oral, like if you are using tablet, explain the oral. Then buccal, I have explained the buccal cavity. So it is nothing but the cavity between your cheeks. Then rectal here in a rectal route, you are using different formulation, like rectal tablets are there, then suppositories are there, then enema is there. Okay, I will explain it again, don't worry, how there is absorption from rectal route and what type of veins are there, and intramuscular injection is there, intravenous injection is there, then intra-arterial injection is there, subcutaneous is there. So this is a diagrammatic representation of your routes of administration. Okay, so see here, so this intravenous injection, so you are using you are giving your drug direct to vein, so it is intravenous. You are giving drug into muscle. Okay, so that is intramuscular injection. If you are using any nasal spray or inhalation, that is an inhalation route. If anybody is using tablet below the tongue, that is nothing but a subliminal route. If you are ingesting the tablet, and that is going to in the stomach, that is nothing but the oral route. And so suppose that you have taken a tablet that goes into a stomach, that tablet will break down over here and it will be absorbed through intestine. Now this is your GIT, the stomach, small intestine, large intestine. Okay, so these blood vessels, they are covered with the veins. There is a network of veins over the GIT, and that veins will absorb all the nutrients, all the drugs. Most of the part will be directly absorbed, and that will be sent to liver. यहाँ पे जो नेटवर्क है आपके कैपिलरीज का, आपके वेन्स का, यहाँ से जो भी एब्सॉर्ब होगा, आपका ड्रग भी होगा, उसमें न्यूट्रिशन भी होगा, न्यूट्रिएंट होगा, विटामिन होंगे, सब होगा, उसमें से जो भी एब्सॉर्ब होगा वो कहाँ पे जाएगा? लीवर को जाएगा. एंड दिस वेन इज नोन एज अ पोर्टल वेन, right? And it will go undergo first pass metabolism. So that's why drugs given orally, they will undergo first pass metabolism. Drugs given by intramuscular route, intravenous route, or सबलिमिनल रूट दे, क्योंकि वहां से ड्रग डायरेक्टली ब्लड में जा रहा है, इंट्रावेनस से डायरेक्टली ब्लड में जा रहा है, इंट्रामस्कुलर से ब्लड में जा रहा है। सबलिमिनल रूट जो होता है आपके जीभ के नीचे, आपके टंग के नीचे अगर आपने टैबलेट रख दिया, फॉर एग्जांपल नाइट्रोग्लिसरीन का टैबलेट आता है फॉर द प्रिवेंशन ऑफ एक्यूट हार्ट अटैक, सो नाइट्रोग्लिसरीन का टैबलेट दे आर गिवन बाय सबलिमिनल रूट। सो व्हाट हैपेंस इफ यू प्लेस ए नाइट्रोग्लिसरीन टैबलेट below the tongue, so there is a capillary network below the tongue, okay, so that nitroglycerin will be absorbed directly into the systemic circulation, it will not go into the stomach. So that's why here bypass, here first pass effect is bypassed, okay. Again with the nasal route and inhalation route also first pass effect is also bypassed, but there are some part of first pass effect in the lungs also, but that is a negligible. Actually this was the. Now let's come to the rectal route. So suppose that this is your rectum, and this your rectum is supplemented with two kinds of blood vessels. This is known as a superior hemorrhoidal vein. This is known as a superior hemorrhoidal vein, and this is known as a inferior hemorrhoidal vein. Okay, so your rectum is supplied with two veins: superior hemorrhoidal vein and inferior hemorrhoidal vein. Okay, these two veins, they will carry a blood around your rectum. They will absorb whatever is absorbed in the rectum.